Hi guys, welcome to our podcast. This is TUMEKUA and I'm Neil.
I'm Isaac, and this is going to be our first episode. So it's mostly an introduction episode, you know.
I'm Neil. I'm 18.
And I'm Isaac. I'm also 18, born on June 12th, and I'm 6 feet. Please let that sink in. Yeah, so the first thing we want to talk about is like what we're currently doing. And
Right now we're doing pre-uni.
it's like a foundation year at Brooker School. So yeah, that's it. And then what we like doing. Okay, I thought that was very vast. What we like doing. So I think Neil will start. Yeah.
Playing rugby, listening to music. Yeah, that's basically it.
I think what I like doing is I like painting. Of late I've been painting and I love sculpting. I also that was a clutch word. I also I like playing golf and I like swimming. And of late I've been enjoying going to the gym. So interesting aspirations.
Yeah, this is very vast.
My interests, I don't know, my interests are mainly to do with golf courses. I think that's been an interest that has developed like of late. It's like super boring. I'm not sure if anyone would like find that interesting, but like it's just something I've liked of late, and I'd want to become a golf course architect from that. Yeah.
And I'm doing like I really love engineering, mainly this robots, all that. And I see like we have a lot in Africa that's not been tapped, and I want to make robots for Africans and stuff that's automated for people like me.
A lot of math, basically.
Yeah.
For Neil, a lot of math. So why we started the podcast? Yeah, that's you.
Oh, so we started the podcast after I posted it on Insta, saying we wanted to start one because I was shocked there are no podcasts in Kenya.
And then I saw his story. I saw his story on Instagram, and I was like, podcast. And I'm like, Isaac, you love talking, so this would be a great opportunity to talk about like things that are important in society, things affecting teenagers and the youth in general. So yeah, we talked after that, and that was like the birth of the idea to start a podcast. And then coming up with the name was it was kind of tricky. It was actually a really funny story that we won't get into. So like at first the podcast was called
Growing Up featuring teenagers.
Yeah, we thought it was a bit too mainstream to begin with, and then it was also too long.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't something you could keep on putting on your story. It was too long. So that's when we came up with Neil came up with TUMEKUA, and I thought it was very interesting because it also brings in the aspect of Kiswahili language, and considering we're Kenyans, we love Kiswahili. Tunapenda Kiswahili.
Yeah, so that's basically it with the intro. And we'd like to say that we'd invite guys over to join us on certain topics like mental health, peer pressure, politics, feminism, corruption, the
neocolonialism, civil unrest in some countries. These are all topics that we had gotten on Instagram. We had put up polls, and from the response from now our fans in general. I'd like to say fans in general, yeah. We also got spread of rape culture, which is something that has become serious. Sports, drugs, music, art. I'm a really big fan of art, so I was happy when that topic came up because I used to do art. Like when I was a kid, I even went to Corner Trust Art Gallery. That's where I used to do art. But because of now the 844 system, which is also another topic that we got, my academic life was more important than my talent. So shifted to now academics. Neil, do you have anything to say on topics?
Oh, I don't really like to look at sports because sports is very important. Because without sports, I barely think I'd survive through high school, and sports was everything then.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna be having guests, and like if you guys want to nominate someone we should ask to be a guest on the podcast, you should DM us directly at TUMEKUA, and we'll give our Instagram handles at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll also be putting up weekly polls, and the one with like the highest like number of suggestions will be the topic of the week, and we'll be telling guys the topic of the week by
Yeah.
Thursday, because we'll be doing a podcast every Saturday, and I hope more people will tune in, and then we'll post it. That's now your part.
We'll have it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. What you guys have, I'm sure it'll be there. So hope you tune in.
And also the Anchor app, because
The
that's
Anchor app,
yeah.
it's what we run it on.
Yeah.
So yeah, also that.
So I think we're done. This is just the introduction, guys. We're promising that like in future episodes we'll have more content, and we hope that we'll get like very good nominations for guests we should invite on the show, and we hope you guys will tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends to have more people tune in to listen to our podcast, because we want this to be like a platform where like the teenagers and youth can express themselves freely, and just be, have a voice.
And be
This
you.
is a platform for us. So
Yeah, that's it. So like, follow, and subscribe on every platform that we're on. And our Insta handle is at TUMEKUA, and we have our individual handles at Isaac
Isaac dot Mukundi, Isaac
and
full stop Mukundi.
yeah, and for Neil, so 404 Neil. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, guys. See you in the next podcast episode.